it's Kevin here from English Native. So if you're preparing for the OET, and you're not quite sure if your writing is good enough, this is a video for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through two real OET letter samples and show you exactly where people often lose marks and, more importantly, how you can avoid mistakes in your own writing. I'm going to show you some practical tips. I've got the case notes, I've got a sample. I'm going to go through both and show you what you need to do in order to get that grade B. So keep watching, get your pen out, get your paper, get ready to make some notes down and see if you can avoid making these same mistakes as well. Okay, let's get on. Hello, it's Kevin here. I've got a couple of letters for OET for today. We're going to take a look at those. First things first, copyright, disclaimer, fair use, blah, blah, blah. You know the score, okay. Because we're going to look at some case notes from that 50 writing samples. Okay, so first one, David Taylor. So let's have a look at this. What's it say? Okay. GP, Dr. Peter Perfect. Oh, interesting name. So, referral letter, orthopedic surgeon. Okay, what do you want me to actually do though? Remove the cartilage, prevent future osteoporosis, receptionist, appointments being arranged. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. Now, I happen to have a sample of this particular letter. I don't know why I wrote this. I don't have one for the second letter, but we'll take a look at it in any case. So now, right. So, as I keep saying, audience and purpose. That's the first thing. So, what do you want me to do? So, assessment and management, Mr. Taylor, damaged cartilage in the left knee joint. Okay. Now you restate the purpose at the bottom. Okay. MRI, appreciate your assessment, possible arthroscopy, remove the cartilage to prevent osteoarthritis in the future. So, what the criteria says is purpose, immediate, and then you restate it at the bottom, sufficiently expanded. Okay, I'll show you it, though I keep on showing you it every single time because I know a lot of you don't bother to actually download it and read it. You should. This OET Ultimate Writing Guide. This is what you've got to be reading, because it tells you all the stuff that you need to know. And I'll refer you to another good resource, Benchmark blog. So these are good. So transfer, urgent referral, discharge, referral. These are pretty good. I recommend this blog because it's goes through all the different stuff. It's got, look, it's pretty good, right? With that guide and this, you should be able to get your writing spot on. Okay. Anyway, back to the task. So, what's the story then? What's the story? So it's a chronology, essentially. Okay. Visit. Okay. Mr. Taylor first presented pain and swelling, strengthening the joint. 6 months previously. Response to painkillers, examination. So right now, as I keep saying, right, every visit, this is the same for speaking section, every visit's got 3 components. What the patient says, what you find, where's the camera? Yeah, what you do. So you've got 3, right? 3 components. The patient says, oh, doctor, I've got such a pain. Let me take a look, blah, blah, blah. Here's a prescription or advice, whatever. 3 components, so that's what you need to have in that order in your visit, a paragraph, okay? So here, we've got Mr. Taylor presented, oh, doc, I've got all this pain. Okay, let me take a look. Take this prescription. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. Pretty straightforward stuff. Second, a visit. Despite mistreatment, past perfect. That's good. Had developed intermittent pain and swelling of the joint. X-ray shown no evidence. Radiant power was impaired. MRI scan revealed a damaged medial cartilage. Today's visit, the final visit. Despite the pain, the swelling's not gone down. Keen to resolve the issue because he's a gardener. He's like a landscaper, but still. In view of the above, I appreciate your assessment of Mr. Taylor. Okay, right, so you can see this structure is pretty clear. It's pretty straightforward stuff, yeah? You've got your purpose, top and bottom, 3 visits, a chronology, within the paragraph, the organisation, what the patient says, what you find, what action you take. And that's it. Pretty straightforward stuff. So let's see what our candidate has done for this one. Now, this is for my OET group on Telegram, right? So I've got group on Telegram for OET Writing. Because, well, it's for speaking too, but nobody's ever available for any speaking. Anyway, so if you're watching on YouTube, links below if you want to join. So, writing with regard to Mr. Taylor, 58 landscape gardener, whose MRI report is indicative, damaged medial cartilage. Your expert well, you don't usually put your appreciation here, you usually put it at the end. Your expert evaluation measurement plan would be appreciated. Please arrange for removal of expensive. So right. We don't need that in the purpose. Play sport actively. Obviously, he doesn't play sport now, so that's not true because he's got a dodgy knee. So he used to play sport. He doesn't play it now, obviously, and we don't need that there. What's that doing there? So, with regard, what do you want me to do? So you could make that a single sentence if we look at the sample there. I'd like to request the assessment management, Mr. Taylor, damaged cartilage. That's all that you need. 10 months ago, I think twisted tennis game, the painter's one. Right. So you've got 3 sentences there. You don't really need that. I mean, look, right. What did he first present it with? So, presenting, complaint, what you found, examination, test, results, what action you took. That's what you need every time. So, sustained left knee twist, swollen knee. In addition, his injury affected ability to work. Well, that's not kind of sad for Mr. Taylor, but that's not my concern. I'm the orthopedic surgeon. I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Taylor, but that's not my business, so we don't need that either. You can maybe put something lower down, like, why is he anxious and desperate? Actually, if we think about it, we can probably, this might be better if we put it, I'm not going to change it, but I would put it there, right? So you're grouping your information. Okay, 2 months ago, Mr. Taylor had a tender spot with the signs of his left knee. MRI was ordered, right? So, right. Thus, OET says don't use it old-fashioned. It's not the Old Testament. Thus, an MRI was ordered. Just tell me what the MRI actually shows. You don't have to tell me what test you ordered, tell me what they showed. Voltaren was prescribed, he was advised of smoking cessation. Well, unless you're going to tell me what he was smoking before and why he should stop. Upon follow-up. So, when was it? Right, this is why you need to put markers, so we know exactly what you're talking about, right? On the 12th, the 25th, today, right? That's basically why. So the reader knows exactly what is going on. So 10 months ago, 2 months ago, now when was this? Because he came today. Impaired range of power. He was told to continue on time. The previous then came positive with his injury. He has limping, or he is limping, or he has a limp. And became, well, right, if using present simple, he has a limp and is, or has become, you want to make it present perfect, and has become anxious and desperate about his problem. Why is he anxious and desperate? Because that's his job, so you can put that there about the job. Why do I need to note this? Why do I need to note this particularly? That he gained 5 kilograms of weight. That should be present perfect. He has reduced. In view of the above, your assessment and treatment should, right, so you can see the difference between this one and the sample, okay? You can see this is more logical, it's clear, we've got purpose at the top, at the bottom, in view of the above. I would appreciate if you could, etc. You've got the chronology, it's clear, this date, and this date. Patient said this, I found this, I did that. Patient said this, I found that, or the scan showed this, I did that, etc. Okay, so that's what you've got to do. Okay, so that's that one for Mr. Taylor. Now, let me find the Tabalin one. Tabalin, because these are by the same guy. So, okay, time for Tabalin. Let's have a look. So, go to the task. So, a GP, referral, endocrinologist. So, what's the problem? So, she needs stricter, like that. So, she needs stricter control. She might need an insulin pump. She's being discharged. So, what do we have here? So, who am I? Physician at family medical practice. Right. This is why I keep saying don't use these. I know that lots of you do, even though I tell you not to. But you only get discharged if you're in hospital. How can you be discharged from a doctor's appointment? The discharge, right? So you're admitted into hospital, right? Then you are discharged out of hospital. So you can't be discharged from going to see a doctor. So how does that work exactly? So it doesn't. So what do we have here? Anyway, let's continue. So diagnosis, past medical history, school teachers, exercise, long history, non-compliance, still not using insulin, not following the diet. So she's basically not doing what she's been told. Okay, so she needs some education. Well, let's see. Right, so thanks. Thanks. You mean thank you if you use that, but I would always use what you are writing. What are you writing me for? What is it? Referral to endocrinology. So you could say, I'm writing to request your assessment and so and so, you know. Compliant, she has had, present perfect, was DKA. So what you got, 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. Right? You don't need that. And you don't need that. That should be at the bottom. That should be at the bottom. Right? Highly appreciated. That should be here at the bottom. Okay. Thanks for seeing. Non-compliant, multiple episodes. Okay. Was admitted. Now, again, admittance, it's usually at the hospital when you're actually taken in and you stay there. If you're simply coming to see a doctor, you are presenting. Yeah, so it's usually the patient presented because they come and say, oh, doctor, and they tell you. So that's presenting. Presenting on with DK, and why, and it's not passive, is it? It's active. She actively came, so we wouldn't use, So we use passive and admitted if she's going into hospital because she's admitted by someone. But if she's presenting to you, that's active voice. She had a IV incident of stability, she was discharged. She wasn't discharged if it's a practice. She wasn't admitted, so so don't keep confusing these. Don't keep confusing these words, even though it says so in the case notes. This is why, for the 100 millionth, billionth, and I'm not exaggerating much time, use proper OET case notes. Then you won't have this. Okay. Today, Mr. Evelyn reports doing well. Right. She's still no complaint. What? She's You mean she's still non-compliant? Right. Well, that's not the same thing, is it? She is still non-compliant, not complaint, to her regimen. Diet. She was educated on DMs as a good dispensation, possible compliance, and then you're saying to be filled today. Okay, well, that's kind of right. Please note, okay, after 1 month. Okay, so this is not too bad, but still, it looks a little bit, I don't know, let me just check the word counts. What have we got? 181, and that's with some of my words too, so 181. Okay, so that's not too bad, but still you need to be careful. There's no admittance or discharge. That's only for hospital, right? Not just going to see your GP. And you need to be clear exactly what is going on. So this is not as bad as the previous one, but still there's 1 or 2 things that I would possibly change, like that purpose. You've got to restate the purpose, right? So half of that stuff that's in the purpose at the top, you could probably put that at the bottom, like I showed you in the previous one. Okay, so anyway, right, I have to go. My lessons begin in 10 minutes time, so I have to make this short. So anyway, hope that kind of helps. If you're watching on YouTube, links below, check your podcasts, my sites, join the Telegram group. If you need personal assistance, all the links there. Right, got to dash. See you next time. Hope that helps. Bye for now. So there you are. 2 OET letters. Not too bad. A few things to have a look at. Some grammar, some vocab, a bit of structure stuff, etc. Anyway, I hope that helps. Hope that gives you some clearer ideas of what you're going to do and what not to do. So, if you're watching on YouTube, links below, etc. Don't forget to check out my podcast, and if you want to join my group on Telegram, if you want to send me a letter for me to take a look at, feel free to contact me. All my contacty stuff is wherever you're watching this. Okay, and of course my email is on my channel, so if you want to write to me directly, you can do so. Anyway, hope that gives you some ideas. Hopefully you will not make these mistakes yourself, and I'll see you next time for the next video. Okay, bye for now.